Hi, Diane here, and today I am going to give you a public service announcement about why it's important that we spend our money on the things that make us happy. So first, I'm going to tell you a story. A couple of weeks ago, there was a book coming out that I knew I wanted. I found out about it before publication date, and so I was looking forward to the end of February when it came out. I knew I wanted to buy it. So shortly after it came out, I was at the bookstore and I went looking for it, and I went to the new release tables, and it wasn't there. So I thought, well, maybe this isn't that big. This book isn't that big of a deal to this store. Maybe there's a new release section in the memoir area. So I went back to memoir and I looked, and it wasn't there. And I kind of wandered around the store a little bit and just kind of generally looking on other places where it could be, and didn't see it. And I thought, well, maybe the universe is telling me not to spend the money today, or maybe I could get it from the library. Or maybe I could order it online and save a couple of bucks. And then I thought, no, Diane, books are important to you. You've been looking forward to this book. You need to find out if they have it. So I went to the information table and I asked. And the nice young man said, yes, we have 5 copies. It should be right up here. And he walked me right where I was. And I felt like an idiot. And we circled the table and it wasn't there. So then he said, oh, well, maybe it's over here. And he walked right to the other section where I looked. And we checked the shelves and it wasn't there. And then he said, well, hold on. And we went back to the computer and he looked and he said, I'll be right back. He went to the stockroom and he came back with a copy. And I grabbed it. And I thought, I need to buy this book because for this author has not even had a representation of this book out. If anybody doesn't know this book is coming out, they're not going to buy it. They're not going to discover it on a table. And I wanted to make sure that my money went toward that purchase that I knew was going to make me happy. And I'll tell you what, I'm reading the book now and it's making me happy. So it was money well spent. But this is kind of the thing about supply and demand and how we spend our money. There are the companies that bring things to us, make their decisions on whether or not people buy their merchandise. Totally makes sense, right? But if we don't buy the things that are important to us, if we don't ask the library to order those books, if we can't afford them, we ask the library to order them because, again, that's a purchase of that book. Then those books aren't going to be there for us. And if people don't buy books, then the bookstore is going to go away. And for me, I know the things that make me happy in life. I like books, I like shoes, I like clothes. I'm pretty easy. So it is important for me to support the things that make me happy, just like it's important for you to support the things that make you happy. And we all go through those times when money is tight, when we know we have to stay in the house for the day so we don't accidentally drop money that we didn't think we were going to spend that day. But we do need to be able to treat ourselves when those special things roll around. I will tell you another story, and this one goes back like 20 years. But there was a time when I moved out of the house that I lived in and got a small apartment. And my budget was completely stretched. Like I had like no money in the bank just in order to pay all the bills. And I remember the only 3 things I had in my kitchen were Pellegrino, pretzels, and a bag of spinach. Because to me, those were the only things I really needed to get through life. So, that was a tough time because it represented a lot of turmoil in my life. But one of the distinct memories I have from the 3 months that I was at that little apartment were that there was a new Stephanie Plum book that came out. And I'm a fan of Janet Ivanovich. And I still remember the day that book came out, I went to the bookstore. I bought the hardcover. I went to the pizza shop and I bought myself a little individual 1-person pizza, and I went home and I crawled into bed early and I stayed up all night. I had my little pizza. I read that book, and that was like the best indulgence I could have provided for myself. And those are the kind of things that we need to create for ourselves. We need to know when it's important to find our own version of luxury and our own version of indulgence and wrap ourselves up in those experiences, because those are the things we're going to remember. And those are the things that really make us happy. And when we build upon those happy moments, that's how we become happier again. So whatever it is that makes you happy, could be nail polish, it could be makeup, it could be clothes, it could be books, it could be music, it could be cars. I encourage you to find a way to keep that front and forward in your life, because the things that give you that personal little spark, those are the things that are going to carry you through life. So there you go. That is my public service announcement for spending money on the things that you like, because that way they will keep being there for you when you want them. Okay? Thanks a lot for watching. And I just realized Tiger and Bear are hanging out over there. They usually get tucked away when I do my videos, but they're out today, so now you know one of my dirty little secrets.